Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Comrade Stanley Osaze Osakwinokwodin. They talk to some Edo presenters wey dey for social media, where they use social media take they bring people down. Make I leave you now with Comrade Stanley Osaze Osakwinokwodin. Enjoy the video.
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching me from. I remain my humble self, your noble right activist, Comrade Stanley Osaze Osakwinokwodin, Coordinator General, Edo Diaspora Connect Worldwide, CEO, Stanley Sadi Enterprise, in fact, the CEO of Woman, Edo State, as you rightfully call me. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have even sent a message to anyone, but I think it is expedient on our part to right the wrong that is currently bedeviling our contemporary urban society because of the fact that the migration trend from village to town and from towns to major towns have given rise to some issues that cannot be jettisoned. Today we'll see our brothers and sisters on social media coming out to discuss. The goal and objective of the discussion will not be targeted towards public upliftment or creating what I call a salubrious environment for everyone to strive. Instead, they come in to target the growth of others and look for a way to pull them down. And for the commenters and those of us who happen to be spectators that watches the incident, we tend to fan the embers of crisis. We tend to fan the embers of crisis and disunity. Instead of us all to look for opportunity to bring ourselves together, it has become an opportunity for one to spy or check the growth of others and begin to devise means necessary to pull them down. I think as Edo people, we are not the only persons using the social media handle. The Easterners are using the social media handles for agitation to achieve the dreams of their forefather. For those of you who are privy to this book, ably written by late Professor Chinua Achebe, There Was a Country, you agree to the fact that the book estranged the fact that have the capacity whatsoever to kill an idea that is already inborn in a collective citizens. But here in Edo, in fact, we occupy, the truth must be said, we've taken over the social media handle. Very good. It's a progressive activities. But when you not derail from using the social media handle to project the collective interest and destiny of your people, you not turn into a weapon to confront your own. We may think that it increases our viewers on social media. You say yes. Once you have to say message to this, all of the door. The viewers is not the issue. The issue is, do you have the ability to control those who view you? Let's take an example. There are so many persons that watch you on social media. They don't comment. They don't say anything. But in fact, they watch you more than those who comment on your program. There are thousands upon thousands of people that watch you around the world that you will never know. You will never see. But they are seeing you. If you cannot control your audience, you cannot decide who to watch and who not to watch. Don't you think that you are sending a negative message to those who ought to have adored you as a people? Now let's take an example. Somebody comes out on social media. He begins to act like an animal, sending negative signal. Believe me, those who are watching you, it is not everybody that can travel down to Edo State to come and really investigate if that is the culture of the people, if that is the way the people really are. It is not everybody that can come down to say, let's say for example, a British man watch you in Britain, an American man watch you in America, a white man, and he sees you acting on social media. It is not all the British man or American man that will come to Edo to say, let me really check, are these people really living like this? They will judge us based on your character. They will judge us based on your character. We have promising men and women, great men and women of inestimable values around the world. They don't come to social media to talk like Osakuna. But they watch. Since they don't come to talk, eventually if you are talking, you are representing them. And when you are projecting negative characters, it therefore means that the overall majority in Edo State possesses such qualities, owing to the fact that 45 to 50% in those comment boards will say saga must continue. Some people will say saga is sweet. Yes, it can keep those who agrees to it as a means to cash fund. It can keep them in a fun situation for some time, but certainly the overall reputation is being destroyed, injuriously affected. The white man says that your characteristics are what you possess, and your reputation is what people say about you. Please share this video if you have not shared. Share this video. I repeat, your characteristics are what you possess, and your reputation is what people say about you. You have no right. You have no right whatsoever to control anyone on what they will view about you, on the perception they will have about you. Yours is to display your character in public. Everybody watches you. Individual goes to their self to analyze, conclude, and decide who you are. So your character is what you possess in public, but your reputation is what people say about you. It is important you jealously protect it. Not to talk of having a collective reputation. Sorry to say, I'm not insulting anybody. But the current message that we are selling to the world is that Edo people are stark illiterate. Even when we have economic and academic gladiators in the system, we have intellectual gladiators in the system, academic gladiators in the system. But for those of you who are speaking and people are watching, and on a daily basis when you discuss, you are not discussing as Osakuno Kodi. It's either you say Edo or you say abroad. This is the two core parts of our various discussions. Now, when you discuss, people tend to look at you. You are sending a message that your fellow citizens is acting like you. That is why I think evil strive when good people decide to remain quiet and allow evil people to take charge of situations. There is an injustice in your land, and you said, "Inoko Samuel, the injustice keep growing." You are even more worse than that person who is orchestrating the act of injustice. I think it is now time for us to jealously protect our reputation. This is not to say that Osakwinokwodim is perfect. No. This is not to say that Osakwinokwodim is good. No. But this is to say that whenever Osakwinokwodim is talking, he should state it clear that he's talking for himself, not for us all. I cannot come out to say, we in my agitation must make sure that Edo becomes a better place. And I come out later and begin to act on the contrary. I should be able to say, I want to make sure that Osakwinokwodim becomes a great man. Then if I'm misbehaving in the cause of fighting to be a great man, maybe I think that pulling or bringing or attacking, or as the case may be, others gives me more opportunity to grow. Fine. When there are disadvantages in respect to that, it should be trickled down to me alone and not to the entire public. It should be trickled down to me alone and not to the entire public. And they should be able to state clearly in their video, the same way media space is doing it on a daily basis. If you watch ITV or EBS, any of this media, after the program, they will say, and I quote, "The views and opinions of these people is personally theirs. It does not carry the inscription or speak for the media outlets." So when they are running up, let them state it clearly that I am talking for myself. I am not talking on behalf of everybody. Back then in our school days, we were at the auditorium and the professor came. They invited all the students. We were in the auditorium. They said, the professor came to give us lecture. He came all the way from America, Professor Batala. While he was discoursing, he not defined education as the process of learning in the school. Immediately, I vehemently disagreed in the crowd. I raised my hand. The rector then, Philippi Dogu, said I should sit down. Because how be you to tell professor, say, no, you disagree? Say, sit down. The professor now said, let me hear from him. Professor Obatala. For those who were part of our academic activities, they can attest to this. And I said, no. Education is simply the lifelong learning process of experience. The lifelong learning process of experience within or outside the school, which aim at the development of an individual to be mentally, physically, emotionally, socially, and intellectually fit. So, you sabi defend maths and English, or you say what is a noun, you talk and well, does not make you educated. You only know book. But when you talk about education, you must look at it from different segments, which include your moral, your social perspective. In the midst of many people gather, it is time for you to talk. You keep quiet. They'll say, oh, very gentle. You are not gentle. You can talk. Gentleness is not quietness. A man who puts trouser in his ears can be gentle. On his buttocks can be gentle. A man who smokes Indian hemp can be gentle. What is not gentility? The ability for you not to indulge yourself in an activity that may be repugnant to the society at a particular point in time. Women not they look for trouble, but a guy man, you say it's not gentle. So when somebody not they talk, he is antisocial. He or she is antisocial. But there are some persons who knows how to manage themselves. They won't talk, but when it is time to talk, they will talk very well. They are still gentle, but they may not be quiet. That is why you have room for introverts and extroverts. That is the simple truth. That is the simple truth. You have room for introverts and extroverts. Everybody must not be talking. But the same way you consider the man who kept mute as quiet and gentle, you can consider the man who refused to keep mute as gentle but may not be quiet. That is the simple truth. So I think it is time for us all to walk in unison. Love. There is no way we can love ourselves to the fullest. If we say love will be there in totality, we are deceiving ourselves. But let's try to walk in love. When we are walking in love, everybody is putting effort to make sure that tranquility remains the order of the day. Believe me, the resultant will be efficacious. So I advise all our sons that most especially those who refuse to say, they just say, this is where they focus up, where they learn, more your rest, more they look them. No, I better not look them. If you have a way, let's re-engineer our society through mindset re-engineering. Caution. Caution. This is not to say that you cannot come out to do a video. You have everybody out there, including me. But let's watch the message we sent across or we pass across. Let's watch it. Let's take an example. I accuse someone. You know what it is social media? Social media are not good. Oh. This way they look so very dangerous. You not get internet want to forget. You not get it won't be. Any of your team where don't enter internet, somebody get them. Even if you don't drop her, you don't remove her and get somebody don't collect them. And there are people who keeps details. I want to give you an example. I will in social media here. What do we do for back of Guinness those years? I have a friend here with me too. What do we do for back of Guinness there those years? The priest will come, and luckily for me, I never get anything when I go do. If not, you have to say don't take. People will bring her out. When Dora Akuyele came out with the idea of rebranding Nigeria, he not saying one carry soap and water go to the wash people they go for road, or carry soap and water go to rewash the image of they wash the structure of the country. Once you refine the mindset of the people, once you reorganize the society, it will send a new signal to the world that despite the fact that this country was like this in the past, today they are not like this.
That is true.
So I call on everyone. Let us all work together. You see, in the past few days, actually I don't watch saga. Just they see people on media. He just want to say this one. He preach. He yams. This one say fuck. This one say fuck this one. This one that man. At times they get society well see for social media. They think say these people some of them not get family. If me personally say I want to one, they don't call me. As they don't call me since and two of my uncle fake call me two. Now, in game of politics, you talk your own, I talk my own. In the process of that campaign, you must restrict yourself to real issues. What are the real issues? This is why we need to come, and this is what we are going to do when we come. Vote for us, we will do this. Now they allege your own. He came to you, so came to go and steal so thing. Why are you not supporting the same man? You will reply again. You that is saying so person steal so thing. How come? You remember so thing that was stolen from your own area, ensure that it is true. Go with credible evidence. Because when you want a better leader, you must look at the antecedent. Not what they just do at that particular time. You say, the guy, you're good. Or maybe you are saying Osakunokode on a live video. You say, the talk where you're like, not like me like that. No. If you like me like that, that's to say I'm living a deceitful life. Investigate. You look beyond the camera. Not just take the one with me talk. Go check. See how this boy read today. And like people like Osakunokode, by the power of God Almighty. Only anybody where they put by he will not know me. You know, say maybe now like 10 years a day. Say you did Ubahil, anywhere for Ubahil. The reason is that not be say anywhere for Ubahil, Sakunokode, they don't know me, not be that type. Me not they go, and not if I come out go town, I want to do anything progressive or anything we want to do. I do with my people, we dey day together. We go day. No assuming. You know if they were men, then you can't go the one form 1 or 2. That now me they still tell people. If you say maybe I did your area, for example 1 or 2, maybe you vex for me because I did your area you want out. Inside that your area, I'll still like 2 people, 3 people go for your own area. The reason is that we try as much as possible to be part of the grassroots system. Few days to election. Make a tell them, I get some of the pictures. A day to election. I mean, no, like 2 days something. I was at Destiny Bar. No, I did drive the go. I call CPO people for Destiny Bar. Our friend who normal guys. 2 days to election, then they drink. Now turn now. This one they wear their POI. Now about secretary my head. Now turn. As I turn, I enter there. After now bad drink. We sit down with the line with the drink. With the passing, with the rapport for Pobai. Pobai, no, no, you worry. Eric Pobai boy, get a good day. You don't ever hear say now unless some area they even give us problems more for Pobai now. You don't ever hear say they'll say now so fat they Pobai. It go hard now. If not be some people who now always see they give problem one territory. We not even they get each other. We work together as a team. So we infiltrate ourselves. There is this bone. So the point being made is very clear. If we come together, we choose to work together, believe me, everything will marama, everything will good. So we'll change the narrative. We'll change the narrative by sending the right signal and the right messages to the world. When we say maturity, it means many things. Election grant fine, yeah. When you go sit down, you know the year, make you no, not be so. The mobilization continues. Everybody day, mobilization going on. But when the election finish, retire your relationship. Even when the election they go on, for example, like me, when the election they go on, he get one of my friends where be say me and I'm close the way. See him, see me. In did the other side, I did this side. now say I will avoid this man to the last. I know the light day where he did as at that time. I no one go talk word we no like. And I know one may go talk word where I no like. Maybe I'll call response, why you talk like this? Me and I'll call get issue. So I ran away from him. Immediately after the election, I smoothing my relationship with him back. Because I know, say if we sit down, defense of interest will come into being. And in the process of defense of interest, I don't let you win. You self no go let me win. So you go drag. In the process of dragging, you go talk with you see affect me. Me go talk. When the election is over, me and you will remain enemies. I won't deceive anybody. Some people want to make you be political extremist before they will know say you the lawyer. But a real politician will get a real wise politician. Like those our governors, so the MSSG, the Ozamiri, they are brain hot, the wise. They know say don't play, they don't even want you to do enemy for them. That is just the truth. They don't even want make you make enemy for them. As I did so, I won't deceive you. I know how many times I will do live video. I'll receive call from Senator Zamiri. Well, I mean, is it not over? What is your problem? I will call and say, okay, sir, your country will cut on. I'll come say, yes, my people, I want to end the broadcast too. Because I know, now the person will be say, in no one lane. Now they do pass what they supposed to do. If you want to learn, you will listen to people's advice. The one way good take on. We know they like to first make mistake first before we learn. We dey learn from people mistake quickly. I know feel go the tack. Body go. Body your hand, you go the tack. That no be it sense there. You dey play body go, body your leg. No, you go the tackle no go. So as I did, so they'll keep one food for me. They say make I eat. I say make I quick do this discussion. If you see now start so we see many people in the diaspora now. They will like this. We see where but they ask for there. Now that we see the benefits. Very soon we'll start the package. You see, come give some of now. Most of very this now. We the patronize us steady. But even those who don't patronize us, you are important too. That's why in life they say system is the collection of parts or events that can be seen as a single thing due to the interaction of those parts or events. So this is interwoven. My head is different from my hand. My hand is different from my chest. My chest is different from my nose. My nose is different from my leg. But when the whole of them comes together, the subsystem, it becomes Osahwinokodi. I have a hand, I have a leg. If there is deficiency in one part of my body, certainly I will be called, my enemy will be called the disabled. That's the case with me. So this to tell you that in an environment, if you think that somebody is not valuable, you are only affecting yourself, not the person. Because even in a rich man's environment, you need a poor man that will come to pack the debris or whatever in your house. You cannot, if everybody is rich, who are you going to pay the money to do the job? So if you think that the next man is not important, you're only affecting yourself. The next man is very important. You are very important. Respect is reciprocal. Except if somebody wants to push you to the wall. I will not deceive you. I am preaching peace. But the girl where you go do me, for example, do me rich bros. I was to tell you, say, man, as a Benin man where you be, that blood where there your body has Benin, may not be Kwale. Kwale get their own blood where they see they act like Kwale brother, as them with their Kwale. May not Benin, that blood where they you're going to say, it's my own, huh? Now let you God share and give. But we have to coordinate. Everybody they coordinate. Not let anybody deceive you, say, and ain't too good, ain't too correct. So I'm going to now say I'm not too good, man. I'm not say too correct. You know, if you just maybe I just did my house, don't work Kalubi and my Okoko. Bros, no worry now. You just load me, maybe as I did with the talk. You don't not let you take talk. You just load me, bro. No worry. Oh. I will also you. Even if I know you also you at that minute, I must also you. Even if I know also you at that minute, owing to the fact that you get strength, leverage, and mobilizing capacity over me in that area. The day when I was there, okay, I don't agree. I don't agree. So I know that is why if me and somebody they talk, I know they touch them. Maybe with the verse now they talk. I know they touch you say, what do they talk now? What do they? I don't do it because that touch will provoke them. Let's manage the situation. Let peace reign and let's live. But this is not to tell you say, me you come here now you say, you say, Sakuno Pudding, now you're good man, you know get and allow, na lie. I not come here to come pretend to one person. I dey live my life as it be. I mean, I don't see if somebody come to for corner say, forget you sure say no be now. Now this is one so they join. Now listen to now hero. Forget to. But me, as I did, I be believe man. Now we just choose to say no. No mean say we not run things. This is how we are men day. Till we can't be like this. Now God. So I just want to put your mind clear, make you know. Say me, I don't want. Despite the fact that I'm sending a message for peace and for us to live well together as social media presenter, and not tell you say me myself say me I can go past them. No. But I just beg. Make we try to live on. Make we try to deliver. The character is there in us. It's inborn. But more you try to live on. That's what I'm appealing for. I'm not saying you say me good. So when you're not going to say, since now so I'm going to hold the talker. Now be the good one. Now lie you. I not be the good one. I just want us to fight and to make it okay. So this is the message I have for us this evening. When we are sending a message to the world, we could try to take responsibility. Say, waiting at the talk, so not me. That is why I hardly quote people, except if that thing is beneficial. So now the message with that, I show the starch, I not show the soup. The reason why I don't want to show the soup, main one, because if I show the soup, water too much, may they not go laugh me. Thank you and bye for now.
Now we don't hear from Comrade Stanley Osaze Osakwinokodi. Let us know what you think for this matter. Go to comment section, make you put your own for there. And before you go, I beg, try make you subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube. Make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Edo State. Make I leave you now with this video, make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.